When the narcissistic predator watches their prey, when the narcissistic predator listens closely to their prey, you'll notice with a lot of animals in the animal kingdom, the predator watches their prey and listens very, very closely before they go in further, which is pretty much what the majority of narcissistic people do. You might have noticed when you first met them, you could have been at an event and you can just feel somebody's eyes on you, feel somebody watching you, that instinct to sort of protect yourself. And when you look around, it was what you now know to be the narcissist that was watching you so intently. However, as when we can be attracted to something, or when a piece of food takes our fancy, when something is appealing to us, we can find it very difficult to resist the urge to look at something, especially if perhaps we shouldn't be having it. Therefore, when a narcissistic person is watching us in those beginning stages of the relationship, we don't listen to our instincts. We just think that they might perhaps be interested in us. They might like us. And when we get to meet them, when we get to know them, and in the beginning with the majority of narcissistic people, perhaps they will be listening intently to you. And if you were raised by a narcissistic family where you weren't listened to very often, it's very appealing to suddenly be listened to. However, when somebody is willing to listen to you, you can reveal perhaps a little more about yourself than you actually should be revealing about yourself. So a narcissist is watching who you are as a person, and they're listening to gather the information that they need about you that further down the line they will happily use against you. It's when they're listening, we can almost tell them anything. However, when you're speaking to somebody who's willing to listen, who's interested in you, who cares about you, who wants the best for you, they would be willing to help you. As narcissistic people lack empathy, and as they are incredibly envious of you, narcissistic people are willing to pull you down. So they can be extremely attracted to who you are as a person. They can be extremely attracted to your looks. They can be extremely attracted to your achievements in the beginning of the relationship. In the beginning of the relationship, there is a quality within you that attracts the narcissist to you, and there's nothing wrong with that quality. However, throughout the relationship, the narcissist becomes envious of that quality, and they are going to seek to sabotage that quality within you so that they can destroy who you are, because they're envious of the very thing they were once attracted to. They're bitter. They're resentful. They want to bring you down a peg or two. And that's due to their own inadequacies. They are arrogant enough not to recognise the inadequacies within themselves. However, what they once found attractive within you, because they're envious of that, they're going to look for the faults and flaws within you to point them out, to make you feel worse so they can feel better within. Those qualities within you that they once admired, they are going to seek to either just ignore them completely, so you feel like you're a failure, or they're going to go all out to criticize you about them. So you begin to question and judge yourself. And it can be about your career. It can be about your parenting. It can be about your friendships. It can be about your family. It can be about the way you look, the way you walk, the way you talk. It can be about absolutely anything that they can latch onto, that they can use to criticize within you, to cause those anxieties within you. Because once they've got that rift there within your own mind, once they've caused those anxieties within you, you can then begin to hang on to their every word when they do pay you attention. Once where they showered you with attention and perhaps may have paid a compliment. Not all narcissistic people are into paying compliments, and you'll find those that are. It's flattery, not compliments. It's flattery to get their needs met. So where they once showered you with attention, where they once showered you with flattery, where they once showered you with praise, they suddenly begin to withhold this from you. So they fill you with that in the love bombing and the idolization, and then they starve you of it. Where they once used to listen to you, they now no longer pay attention to you. However, you should listen to them. So they starve you of the attention they once gave you. And this then gets you to question and doubt who you are as a person. And then when the narcissist wants something from you, they will come back and give you that attention, give you that adoration, give you that praise. So you become hungry for more. You become willing to almost do anything, things that you wouldn't have ever thought you would have done in order to please the narcissist, to get the attention that they once showered you with, that they've then taken away from you. They start accusing you of things, which naturally causes anxiety within you, which stops you from doing the very things that you enjoy, the very things that make you who you are as a person, the very things that they were once attracted to you about. They start accusing you of doing things, untoward things that you're not actually doing. And we listen to them. We pay attention to them. We feel bad that we might have hurt them. So we stop doing what we enjoy to please them. And when we stop doing what we enjoy to please them is when they'll offer that intermittent reinforcement to sort of train us, groom us, condition us to behave in a manner that best serves the narcissist's interests. When the narcissist is pleased with you, they reward you. And when they are not pleased with you, they starve you. Just like scientists training rats, when they want a rat to do something, they will literally starve the rat, or they used to literally starve the rat. And then when the rat got to a place where the scientists wanted the rat to be, they gave it a drop of food, and they then withhold it to keep the rat hungry for more. Now, we're not rats. However, that is exactly what the narcissistic predator does to its prey. They get you comfortable, and then they slowly take things away from you. And then when they get you to a place where they want you, they'll give you a little bit more to keep you clinging on to that false hope of something that was never meant to be. And that hope is one of the most powerful tools of a narcissist, is by giving you that hope that if you just hold on a little bit longer, if you just do it like this, if you just do it like that, all will be okay. However, it never turns out that way. When it comes to the narcissist, sometimes we have to learn the behaviours of our predator to sort of beat them, in a sense. So where a narcissist in the beginning will intently listen to you, where you give a little bit too much information about yourself, at some point we have to learn to stop talking to them, stop explaining ourselves with them, stop going to them to feel belittled and crushed and judged and mocked and criticised and to blame for everything, and start listening to them. Start being really interested in what they have got to say, because by listening to them, we begin to learn a lot about who they truly are. However, you can't just listen to them, because narcissistic people will gaslight you. They will promise you things that they'll not deliver. So as much as we have to listen to them, we also have to watch them. We have to watch their actions, because rarely to never will a narcissistic person's actions match their words unless they want something from you. It's not done to manipulate them. We're not listening to them or watching them to manipulate them to get our needs met by them. We're listening and watching to learn what they are actually doing to us, what their true intentions are, so that we can begin to break free from who they are as a person, to regain who we are as a person again. When it comes to a narcissistic person, not all will watch you and not all will listen to you in the beginning. And when they do begin to talk about themselves, they can talk about themselves in some of the most grandiose ways, with some of the most lavish stories which compel you to listen to more. And when we do listen to more, we can uncover some of the lies in between the lines they are selling us. However, as we want to believe them and trust them, we can often brush these under the carpet. And when you brush things under the carpet, at some point, it's going to build up and build up and build up until it explodes out. And we wish we'd have listened to those little things in the beginning. When we are naive to something, when we don't know something, we can't recognise it. And it happens. We do learn from experience, and ideally we could do with learning from the experience of others, so we don't have to go through the pain and the suffering ourselves. However, it's not often in the human nature to do this. Often we have to learn for ourselves, and there can be some pretty horrific life lessons which aren't our fault, so to speak. However, we are always responsible for our recovery, because when we don't take responsibility for our recovery, we can end up becoming a little bit too narcissistic in the world. So as unfair as it is, we do have to take responsibility for our recovery. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.